Really excited you could join me today on your mat. This sequence is going to be a gentle grounding into our body, into our breath, and maybe through that, letting go of some tension that we might be holding on to. So let's make our way into easy pose, pulling the flesh away from our seat bones, really feeling that connection to the floor, to our mat. Maybe our eyes become closed, or finding a gentle gaze on the floor, which allows the skin around our eyes to relax. Keeping our lips closed, but inviting some space between our teeth to let our jaw relax and release. Bringing hands to the tops of our thighs. Allowing our shoulders to fall away from our ears. And just taking a body scan here, maybe starting with your head and working your way down without any judgment. Just noticing maybe where you're holding any tension. Maybe noticing where your breath is in your body. And visualize sending that breath down into the floor, grounding yourself, really connecting to that grounded energy. Lengthening up through the spine. And then we're going to bring our hands to the front, so they're kind of holding on to either our ankles or our shins. And we're going to send that left ear to the left shoulder. Keeping your awareness with your breath, allowing your breath to rise and fall at its natural pace. Inhale, center, exhale, right ear, right shoulder. And then bringing that chin into the chest, opening up the back side of the neck. And then inhale back to center. Holding on here to the front of our shins or ankles, we're going to invite the cat-cow movement. So we're going to send that chest forward, kind of arching our back, bringing our shoulder blades together, and then opening up our back, kind of curling our back, pulling the shoulder blades apart, finding some movement in those seat bones, feeling that pelvis kind of rocking back and forth. You can incorporate your head here or keep it in stillness, listening to your body and what feels good. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Coming into center. Placing that left hand down onto the mat, inhaling as we reach over to that right side. And then inhale as that right palm comes down, left palm reaches over. Center, we're going to bring our hands out in front, palms facing forward, and we're just going to make fists and open the hands, Bringing that awareness into our fingers and our hands. Maybe you wiggle them closed. And then on your next fist, we're going to keep those fists. And like we're revving an engine of a motorcycle, we're just going to shift our palms, our fists down and then back up. Keeping our attention with our breath. Release those hands down, maybe shake our hands out, shake our wrists out, shake our arms out. And then placing our hands on our knees, we're just going to do some nice little circles here. These can be nice and shallow circles, or maybe you feel a little bit more movement. You want to go a little bit deeper. Just paying attention to the sensations happening in your body and listening to what your body needs today. One more in this direction, and then we're going to switch it, go in the opposite direction. Eyes can be closed here. Kind of having an observer's mindset when your eyes are closed. Observing your inner sensations, your inner feelings. Last one here. Then come back to center. And then let's make our way into tabletop, coming onto all fours. Finding that alignment, making sure wrists are below shoulders, knees are below our hips, spreading our fingers out wide. And then incorporating that cat-cow here, feeling that full movement all the way from the top of our head to the tip of our tailbone. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one here. Coming into center, let's tuck those toes. We're going to just send those seat bones back, opening up the back of those feet, sending that sensation, opening up the back side of our feet. And then coming back into tabletop, keeping those feet, toes tucked as we press into our first down dog. And then pedaling out those feet if that feels good to you. Or you can just keep them still as well. Coming up onto our toes, sending our gaze forward, we're going to step to the front of our mat, finding forward fold. Maybe shaking our head side to side, front to back. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, release, coming up to standing. Let's find that mountain pose. Shoulders coming back and down, swiveling those palms forward. Checking in with our breath. Checking in with our body. Inhale as we lengthen and rise. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Bending those knees as we step back into our first plank or half plank, lowering down through that chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, chest lifts, gaze down. And then releasing that, pressing through tabletop, coming into downward facing dog. And then lifting those, coming up onto our toes, sending that gaze to the front as we step towards the front of our mat. Forward fold. Inhale, coming back up to standing. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Stepping that right foot back, finding high lunge here. And then releasing that right foot back, untucking those toes, finding low lunge. And then once you feel secure in that base, bringing your hands onto the top of that left thigh or extending your arms up and out. Breathing here. Placing your hands back down onto the mat. We're going to plant that right hand down as we extend that left hand up towards the ceiling or placing it on our low back. Bringing that left shoulder back, opening up our chest to the front of the room. Ooh, exhale, release. Step that right foot to meet that left. Forward fold. Inhale as we come up to stand. Finding that vinyasa. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Stepping back into plank or half plank. Lowering down through chaturanga. Baby cobra. Release, pressing through tabletop into down dog. Ooh, taking a moment here, finding that breath. And then coming up onto those toes, gaze goes forward as we step to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Planting those hands down, we're going to step that left leg back, finding high lunge. Holding here for a breath, release that left knee down. Feeling that foundational base. And then once you feel ready, coming up, hands placed on the thigh or reaching up to the sky. Breathing here. And then exhale, hands down onto the mat. Planting that left hand down as we open up to the right side. Finding the hands that work for your body. Exhale, release. Tucking that back toe. Stepping left foot to meet right, forward fold. We're going to inhale all the way up, finding one more vinyasa before we come into that seated pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Lowering down through chaturanga, baby cobra. Pressing through tabletop, down dog. And then lowering those knees down, finding that tabletop, untucking those toes. Let's do a couple cat-cows here. Last one here. Meeting in that neutral spine, we're gonna swivel those feet out, coming on to our seat, extending those legs out in front. Making your way to the middle of your mat if you're not there already. Inhale, lengthening here. And then exhale as we hinge forward, reaching for our shins, ankles, or feet. And if you're feeling any tension in the back of those hamstrings, pressing into your heels, bending your knees. And then relaxing that head and neck. And then inhale, coming back to center, bringing that left foot in. We're gonna square those shoulders to that right foot. Inhaling here and exhale as we hinge, reaching for that left foot. And inviting some softness to come into your top body. Head and neck release. And then slowly walk yourself back to stand. And then extending that left leg, bringing in that right, squaring that left foot. Inhaling as you reach up towards the ceiling. And then hinging forward, reaching. Breathing here, and then slowly walking back to center, extending out that right leg, bringing our feet so they're touching the floor, knees are bent, sending hands out in front as we slowly lower down onto our back. Teeing out those arms, we're going to find windshield wipers, stepping our feet out to the width of our mat, allowing our knees to fall from one side and the other. This is a nice, gentle movement. Bringing our awareness into our breath. One more on each side here. Then come back to center, walking your feet so they're hip width distance apart, bringing those those legs into the body, maybe squeezing them a little bit, shifting from side to side, massaging that lower back. And then letting those go, extending our feet out as we prepare for Shavasana. Allow our feet to fall open. Hands can either be beside our body or coming out a little bit farther, finding that relaxation, that release. Feeling the back of our body connected to our mat. Feeling supported here. And letting our body relax and release into this space, into our mat. Allow our skin and our face to relax, allowing our shoulders to connect to the mat. Releasing our chest, relaxing our belly, releasing our hips, letting go of those arms, releasing and relaxing our hands and fingers. Relaxing our thighs, relaxing our calves, ankles, relaxing our feet and toes. Allowing the relaxation to wash over our entire body. Letting go of any tenseness. Noticing the gentle rising and falling of our breath as we allow ourselves to relax in this space. And then holding on to that relaxed feeling, you're going to slowly start to bring movement and awareness into your body. Maybe you shift your head from side to side, wiggling those fingers, circling those wrists. Maybe bringing your feet from side to side, wiggling those toes. And then slowly begin to bring your feet so they're planted on your mat. Rolling over to one side, allowing that one arm to support your head as you come onto your side. Eyes can still stay closed here. And then when you feel ready, pressing with that planted hand, coming into easy pose. Maybe your hands come to your knees. Taking a few breaths here. We're just going to take one deep inhale and exhale together. Inhale as we reach up towards the ceiling. Palms meet at the top, drawing that line down to our heart center. Thank yourself for showing up today. Maybe allowing some release and relaxation to come into your body, come into your mind. Namaste.